Are you planning a Universal Orlando vacation and you want to stay close to the action without breaking the bank? Don't worry, we got you.
Today, we are doing the Battle of the Value Resorts. We're talking Dockside Inn and Suites, we're talking Surfside Inn and Suites, and Cabana Bay Beach Resort.
This may be the most important matchup of all hotel matchups because you want to save money, we want to save money, and we want you to have the best hotel stay possible.
There are going to be tons of opinions on this one and tons of advantages of each of them, so be sure to stick around because I am sure there are going to be things in this video that you are going to disagree with.
Not to mention, I think it's going to be a pretty hot take. Which hotel is our pick? Starting off strong, we will look at the theming and atmosphere between Endless Summer, Dockside and Surfside, and Cabana Bay. These are two totally, completely different vibes, and you need to know.
Surfside and Dockside are a part of the Endless Summer Resort. Surfside, I would describe as a more intimate, surfer, beachy, laid-back sort of vibe.
A little smaller, a little more quaint, and also, as a lot of people have pointed out to us, closer to iDrive.
Ooh, that is a good point because if you're not trying to go to City Walk for the food, for the entertainment, iDrive being in your backyard is a huge plus to Surfside Inn and Suites. On the flip side, we have a Dockside, which is a little bigger, more, still very tropically, but kind of a more, I guess, describe it as a lakey
atmosphere
versus a beachy sort of vibe.
It doesn't necessarily give me that vibe, but like, it's still water-based.
Still water-based,
you know what I mean?
A little bigger, a little busier, a little more going on. And then we have the 1950-1960 throwback in Cabana Bay.
The theming is spot on, where you feel like you have gone into a time machine and you are enjoying a nice beach atmosphere in the 50s and 60s.
I feel like you have to be rolling in one of those like vintage cars they have out front with like a bowling shirt on, one of the collared ones, just like laid back, aviators on, and like you're headed to the beach with the family.
Like no stress in sight. No stress. Overall, the theming of all three of these hotels are very well done. I would say that our Dockside and Surfside options have a little less on the full throttle of theming as compared to Cabana Bay. Cabana Bay, I feel like the theme is everywhere. It is in your soap that you get in the shower. It is on the pillows. It is all over when you are visiting Cabana Bay versus Dockside and Surfside. You get the theme, you enjoy the theme, and it's just kind of around. It's not really integrated through every single piece of your experience.
Dockside Inn and Suites is definitely one of those hotels where you're like, I need a place to rest my head at night. I don't want to pay for the extra little bit of theming, which we'll get to pricing here in a little bit. But if you go to Cabana Bay, that theming is all around you.
If you have to pick who wins in the battle of theming, who takes the cake?
I think this one, hands down, goes to Cabana Bay when it comes to theming.
Speaking of theming and being well themed all through the rooms, let's dive into the room options that you have between these value resort stays.
At Cabana Bay and Endless Summer, you have a plethora of rooms to choose from the standard rooms all the way up to family suites.
If you're looking to bring a whole mess of people, around 6, to the parks, both Cabana Bay, Dockside, Surfside, and Endless Summer all have fantastic options to be able to fit your needs. Like Ben said, they have standard rooms for your couple that's going, or if you're bringing the whole family with you, looking into those family suites are fantastic because they do provide 2 separate rooms to be able to sleep up to 6 in, and additionally kitchenettes, which are wonderful if you're not trying to spend an arm and a leg on feeding the whole crew.
I know when we go to the parks, we like bringing our food, we like bringing Uncrustables, we like bringing chips, we like bringing sandwich mixing, just so that we can save a little more money when we go to the parks.
And personally, I would rather make our sandwiches at a kitchenette than on our bed in the bedroom. Cabana Bay takes it one step further when it comes to room options. Not only do they have your standard room or your family suites, they also have Volcano Bay view rooms, which are pretty special if I do say so myself.
We have stayed at every single kind of room at Cabana Bay. We've stayed at the standard rooms. They're fine, they're great. They work. They work really well for a really good price point. We have stayed at the Volcano Bay rooms with floor to ceiling windows with great views of the volcano at Volcano Bay. It is absolutely a sight to behold, and we've Also stayed at the family suite at Cabana Bay, which offered us a ton of room, tons of areas to spread out, throw our stuff everywhere, because inevitably that will happen at a Universal vacation.
I am just still over the top about how Universal offers family suites at both the Endless Summer Resorts and Cabana Bay, because it is so convenient to be able to house a number of people when you're on vacation. So as far as room goes, who takes the cake on this one?
I think this one is honestly a bit of a draw.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give one to both Endless Summer and Cabana Bay. Like,
The beds are fine.
Yeah.
For
Yep.
sleeping, the
They're great.
beds
Yep.
work. The showers,
Great.
good.
Yep.
The views, overall,
Mixed,
just
yeah.
fine. Like nothing crazy. You're paying, when it comes to a value resort hotel, for a place to sleep, clean yourself, like have a place to stay for the night so you can go enjoy the parks. I think we chalk rooms up to a draw.
this next battle is where I think we'll start to disagree, as well as see some differentiation between Endless Summer and Cabana Bay.
Yeah, on to pools and amenities.
We'll start with Surfside.
Yes.
Surfside has one pool.
One pool, folks.
It's fine. It's great. It does what you need to do if you want to have a relaxed day by the pool.
True. It provides options of being able to order drinks and food poolside. There's a pool to be able to go and enjoy. It's not the fanciest of pools ever, but it does the job to be able to enjoy a nice day in the water, relaxing, lounging, and kind of taking the edge off, if you will.
Dockside, you have two pools. It's a little bit bigger of a hotel, and you'll have a pool on each wing of the hotel.
Personally, I think that Dockside needs to have two pools to be able to service all of the people that are staying there. As a bigger hotel compared to Surfside, Dockside needs those two options to be able to give the people staying there what they need. The pools at Dockside are also basically very similar to what you have at Surfside. There's just two of them, you know? Nothing too crazy. Play a little ping pong, enjoy a little bit of games, enjoy a drink, enjoy some food. The standard pool for what you need.
But when you start talking about Cabana Bay has over 2,000 rooms.
There's a lot of people.
And if that hotel is full, you are gonna want those two big pools that Cabana Bay has to offer.
But hold on to your sunscreen, because not only does Cabana Bay offer two pools, they also have a lazy river at one of the pools and a water slide at the other. On top of that, just like your Endless Summer options, there are food options by poolside and drink options to enjoy poolside. So, you know, they kind of take it that next step up, giving you a little bit more activity for the family, for the kids, while they're enjoying their time at the pool. I know for ourselves, I can't get Ben out of that lazy river. He's a huge fan of it.
Huge fan. Cabana Bay will take amenities even one step further in that they have a bowling alley. So if the pool isn't doing it for you, you want a little more AC because it's summer, it's Central Florida, and it is hot, hot, hot. You can spend some time at Galaxy Bowl and get some frames in, get a few rounds of bowling in, and still have fun with the family.
Have you ever stayed at a hotel that's had a bowling alley inside of it before?
I don't think so, and the other kicker is that the bowling alley is on the second floor of Cabana Bay, of all places to have a bowling alley on the second floor.
I wonder what's underneath it and if they have to listen to that. I think it's Starbucks.
It's like Starbucks, yeah.
Oh, poor Starbucks people. And then finally, with both Endless Summer and Cabana Bay, you're gonna get your game room experience to have fun, to go play arcade games, and you're also gonna get a workout area. Now, I will give credit where credit is due. Cabana Bay has a spectacularly themed gym to be able to work out in, themed around all things Jack LaLanne, which just brings us right back to how well they've integrated their theming amongst all of the areas of this hotel.
I have no idea who Jack LaLanne is, but every time I walk in there, he motivates me to work out. I know everybody wants to get to price, and trust me, we will get there, but before we get to price, we need to talk about dining.
If you're looking to stay at Surfside or Dockside, you can feel comfortable with there's gonna be no muss or no fuss, because you're going to have some easy cafeteria style grab and go options for you.
Now, I know cafeteria style kind of comes off as like, it's not gonna be good, but trust me, we have eaten at both Dockside and Surfside, and that food as much as it is cafeteria style, is actually very, very good.
I think the Pier 8 Market at Dockside has one of my favorite breakfasts we've had while staying on site at Universal. The huevos rancheros we had recently, pretty darn good. But the burrito bowl that I got, which had like JoJo's and pico and beans and all of the good stuff, and you gotta make it your own. They cooked it up for you, but I gotta pick everything I wanted to have in that bowl, and it was excellent.
There are tons of options to have, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner at Dockside Inn & Suites or Surfside Inn & Suites.
And on top of all of that, pizza delivery to your room.
Cabana Bay is gonna be very similar. It will have cafeteria style eating, and we've actually also had that. We clearly eat a lot at Universal.
We do.
And it is phenomenal. Again, tons and tons of options to choose from when you're staying at Cabana Bay.
I think a lot of people go to Cabana Bay with the size of the hotel and they get a little concerned about the cafeteria style option and how quickly they will actually be able to get their food. Overall, Cabana Bay performs very well to be able to serve all of the people staying there and still get them through the cafeteria, grab and go, check out, take your food to your table, sit down and eat. And personally, I really like sitting in the Cabana Bay dining area and just watching the old school stuff playing on the screens. Like, it just really fully immerses you while you enjoy your breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
And if you're bowling, you can also have a sit-down-ish restaurant eating experience.
Bar food,
up at Galaxy Bowl as well.
Who doesn't want to eat some mozzarella sticks and then go bowl a strike and then lick the grease off your fingers?
Delicious.
Not in that order. Of the dining, let's duke it out. Who's gonna take the cake on this? Are we talking Dockside, Surfside, Cabana Bay? Where are we at?
Again, for me, this is a draw. I think the food, both offering majority cafeteria style eating. Like, it's great. There's tons of options to get what you want. There's grab and go options, but they're virtually gonna be same.
And they all have a Starbucks. So, like, if one of them didn't, that would take it down a notch. But they all have a Starbucks option. So yeah, I think dining is a draw.
The last thing we need to cover prior to getting to price is proximity to the parks.
This one is a biggie because, well, Endless Summer and Suites, they're a little ways out there, folks.
We understand that when you're choosing a value resort, price is a consideration, but like, proximity is also going to play a key factor because you're probably spending most of your time in the parks.
If you're looking to book at Dockside or Surfside, you need to understand that being able to get to islands or studios means you're gonna take a bus. However, you should also be aware that Dockside and Surfside are closer of a bus drive to the future Epic Universe. So a little bit of navigating things. Epic will be opening on May 22nd, 2025, so that will come into play very soon. Alternatively, you are not gonna be able to walk to Island Studios or Epic very easily. Ben has done it.
It'll take you about 25 minutes and you've got to cross some major expressways.
And that is to get to City Walk before you get to Islands or Studios. We don't have details about how to get to Epic or how long it's gonna take from Dockside or Surfside yet, but those details will come and we will have them soon.
I don't want to walk to Epic from Endless Summer.
You got this. You got this.
The bus ride from the Endless Summer Resorts takes anywhere between 10 to 12, maybe 15 minutes if traffic, you hit some lights, things like that.
Or, you know, loading the bus takes a little while. But I will give Universal credit. They do a really great job making sure those shuttles are forever coming and there's a new one on the way as soon as the one leaves in front of it. Like, they do a really good job and they're typically nice and air conditioned. So big props.
If you're staying at Cabana Bay, you do get the additional option of the garden path walkway to and from City Walk.
Now, Cabana Bay is the furthest you can get from Universal City Walk. It is, you're hoofing it. It's, I think we've clocked it at about a 20-minute walk for us.
15, 20,
it's 15 long. If we're walking fast. And that walk does add up. However, when it comes to being able to enjoy EPA and hitting up Hagrid's first thing, being able to walk to the security gate and get in is very helpful. Also, you do have the option to be able to take a shuttle bus from Cabana Bay to City Walk if you don't feel like walking. I know we have done that at the end of the night in particular, when we just start, our Lamborghinis are barking. So that takes about 12 minutes,
Yep.
10 to 12 minutes as far as using a bus to get from City Walk to Cabana Bay and back. It works just fine. We prefer being able to walk when we are able to.
It's one of those things that consider your vacation, what you have booked into your vacation. If you're staying out late for like Halloween Horror Nights or an Orlando Informer meetup or some after hours event, just know that you're gonna have that additional 15, 20 minute walk on the back end just to get back to your hotel.
We made Big John do that a time or two, and he almost got lost the first time, but that's okay, he made it back. We forgot to mention something.
What?
I think that Cabana Bay wins in dining.
Malt shop.
They have a malt
They
shop.
have a malt shop. That is a great point.
Cabana Bay takes the cake because they have the best malt shop and also my favorite ice cream on property. I know this just came out of nowhere, but it hit me like a ton of bricks. You can't knock that.
That's true.
Because at the end of the night, when you take that shuttle bus home or you take your nice long walk home, there's no better way to end the day than to go and grab a banana pudding ice cream at Cabana Bay's malt shop.
And finally, the moment that everyone has been looking for, and that is dollar bills, y'all.
Everyone needs to know the price because there is a price to pay when you go and stay on site at a Universal hotel.
Because you are staying at a value level resort, it is going to be on the lower end of the potential options that you have at Universal Orlando.
Hear me out. I know you're like, maybe I just don't stay on site. There are so many perks when it comes to staying on site, and if you don't believe us, we have a ton of videos why the perks of staying on site are better, or if you want proof of how staying off site isn't that great, we have a video for that too. You can watch it after this.
In order, you will probably have the lowest level, and I hesitate to give you actual prices because it will vary by date and time. But demand, but your cheapest option is most likely going to be Dockside Inn and Suites just due to the number of rooms available.
Following that, you'll have Surfside. The hotel being a bit smaller does bring the demand up a little bit. Those rooms fill up a little bit quicker because there's less of them. And then after Surfside, your higher tier on the value end is going to be Cabana Bay.
This is kind of a mix because Cabana Bay is more popular and it was a recent downgrade from the actual prime level resorts as of last year.
So if you're looking for a hotel that just covers your bases and you get the lowest price possible, we highly recommend that you look at staying at Endless Summer, whether it's Dockside or Surfside. Compare between the two because sometimes you'll find that prices are a little different at the time of year you're looking, or if you're looking in far in advance. So give yourself a comparison between Surfside and Dockside. We really look at them as like about one and the same either way. And when we're booking at either Dockside or Surfside, we just kind of play it by which one do we get a better price at.
But if you want a little more theming, a little more immersiveness, a little more vacation-y feel, then consider Cabana Bay. You'll pay a little bit more, but you'll get a little bit extra in terms of the amenities as well as the theming.
If you are a family looking to bring some little ones with you to the park, we have seen so many families thoroughly enjoy their experience at Cabana Bay because not only do you have access to going to the parks, it's an easy walk, you can push strollers along the way, but also you have some options around the pool that engage those kids where they can go play in the lazy river, just like Ben, or they can go and have a little more thrills and try the water slide.
If you had to pick one to stay at, which one would you stay at?
Cabana Bay because of the malt shop. No questions asked.
No questions asked.
I really enjoy, well actually, how much money do we have at the time that we're booking this?
Staying on site is always a great option, and that is one of our biggest tips is to stay on site for those perks.
Yes.
You get transportation to and from the parks to your hotel, but you also get early park admission with any hotel that you stay at Universal Orlando.
And if you stay long enough and you're buying something in the park, they'll deliver it back to your room for you, which is a huge win. Big fan of that.
So when in doubt, stay on site. We honestly can't, Dockside, Surfside, or Cabana Bay, there's not a bad option.
I don't think you can go wrong with any of them. It's just more of a matter of what type of vacation do you want to make for your experience.
We hope that this has convinced you to stay on site, whether it is Endless Summer, Surfside, or Cabana Bay. If you have any questions, please let us know in the comments.
If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like it and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us out. And stay tuned for more Universal Hotel information and experiences.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.